Chapter 13. The World from 1914 to 1945. Difficult words. 1. Century. 2. Allied powers. 3. Alliances. 4. Central powers. 5. Austria. 6. Hungary. 7. Trenches. 8. U-boats. 9. Conference. 10. Treaty of Versailles. 11. Hawaii. 12. League of Nations. 13. Soviet Union. 14. Adolf Hitler. 15. Benito Mussolini. Words to know. Alliance. An agreement between two or more groups. Heir. The next person who would become king. Trench. A long ditch in which soldiers hide and fire at the enemy. Concentration camp. A prison where people were made to work long hours, not given enough food, and generally treated very badly. Checkpoint. Fill in the blanks. 1. The first half of the 20th century saw two world wars. 2. The First World War was fought between the Allied powers and the Central powers. 3. U-boats were submarines that belonged to Germany. 4. The Treaty of Versailles was signed after the First World War. 5. Adolf Hitler and Benito Mussolini were dictators in Germany and Italy respectively. Exercise. A. Tick the correct answers. 1. Where was the First World War fought? A. Asia. B. Africa. C. Antarctica. D. Europe. Answer is D. Europe. 2. What were used for the first time during the First World War? A. Tanks. B. Pistols. C. Poison gas. D. Helicopters. Answer is A. Tanks. 3. When was the League of Nations formed? A. Before the First World War. B. After the Second World War. C. In 1929. D. After the First World War. Answer is D. After the First World War. 4. Who was largely responsible for the Second World War? A. Benito Mussolini. B. Franz Ferdinand. C. Adolf Hitler. D. Woodrow Wilson. Answer is C. Adolf Hitler. 5. Where was the first atomic bomb dropped? A. Versailles. B. Hiroshima. C. London. D. Berlin. Answer is B. Hiroshima. B. Read the clues. Write the corresponding code numbers below. We can write the above events according to their year of happenings sequence wise. So, between 1914 to 1924, events are 5. First World War begins. 10. First World War ends. 3. Treaty of Versailles signed. 6. League of Nations formed. In between 1925 to 35, the events are 1. Great Depression starts. 9. Mussolini becomes powerful. 7. Hitler becomes Chancellor. In between 1936 to 46, events are 2. Second World War begins. 12. Attack on Pearl Harbor. 11. Holocaust. 4. Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombed. 8. Second World War ends. C. Write answers to the following. 1. Altogether, how many years did the two World Wars last? 10 years. 2. Which of the two World Wars was more destructive? World War II. 3. Which country was unhappy with the terms of the Treaty of Versailles? Germany. 4. Which country attacked Pearl Harbor? Japan. 5. Who surrendered first, Germany or Japan? Germany. D. Answer these questions. 1. Why were the two major wars of the 20th century called World Wars? Answer. The two major wars of the 20th century were called World Wars because many countries were involved in these wars. 2. Which incident led to the First World War? Answer. The killing of Archduke Ferdinand, the heir to the throne of Austria-Hungary, by a Serbian led to the First World War. 3. List the terms of the Treaty of Versailles. Answer. The terms of the Treaty of Versailles are: A. Germany had to pay heavy war damages. B. They cannot increase its military forces. C. It had to surrender some of its territory to the Allied powers. 4. Why was the League of Nations formed? Answer. A. The League of Nations was formed after the First World War. B. Its goal was to solve disputes between countries and ensure peace in the world. 5. Who was Adolf Hitler? How was he responsible for the Second World War? Answer. A. Adolf Hitler was a dictator of Germany. B. He wanted to control the whole of Europe and the German people also supported him. C. The Second World War began after Adolf Hitler strengthened the military power and attacked Poland. 6. How was Japan finally forced to surrender? Answer. Japan was finally forced to surrender after USA dropped atom bombs on two Japanese cities, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. 7. Think and answer. Why did India fight on the side of Britain during the two world wars? Answer. India fought on the side of Britain during the two world wars because A. India was a British colony at that time. B. With a understanding that Britain would grant independence to India. 8. Think and answer. Did the Treaty of Versailles sow the seeds of the Second World War? Answer. Yes. The Treaty of Versailles sowed the seeds of the Second World War because the treaty imposed massive territorial losses and severe military restrictions on Germany. So Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party, promising to restore German pride and power, triggered the World War II. Do and learn. E. Complete the names of these famous people. All of them lived during the first half of the 20th century. Choose from the box. 1. Rachel Carson, environmentalist. 2. Albert Einstein, scientist. 3. George Orwell, author. 4. Henry Ford, businessman. 5. C.V. Raman, scientist. 6. Dhyan Chand, sportsperson. F. Fill in the blanks. Marie Curie, Anne Frank, Alexander Fleming, Donald Bradman, J.C. Owens. 1. Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin in 1928. 2. J.C. Owens won 4 gold medals in the track and field at the Berlin Olympics in 1936. 3. Marie Curie was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903. 4. Donald Bradman retired from cricket in 1948. 5. Anne Frank went into hiding in 1942.